in. The pitch looks absolutely safe. It looks nice and dry. Should be coming onto the bat really well, and really excited to see how the batters do out there.
Paces, they may have a bit in it, you think, just with the cover's been on for so long?
Cover's been on, and I think with the little bit of wind that's coming in, I think seamers can definitely get something on this wicket.
Good luck again, bowlers.
Well, after the opening night, good luck bowlers is right to say the least. We had a run fest yesterday evening, 440 runs altogether, with Faf du Plessis shining under the floodlights. Okay, the toss happened just a little while ago. Let's go and find out what happened.
Right, amid the cloud, let's get it all started then, and let me introduce everybody who's here for the toss. I'll start first of all with Mr. Simon Taufel, who is the match referee overseeing everything. Then, the toss representative. First of all, Mr. Kamal Magan, he's from SFU, and also Mr. Anil Tibrawal for LAKR. Then the two captains, Matt Short and Jason Holder. Jace, you got the coin?
Heads.
Heads called, what is it? It's a tail, you win. Stay on that mark for me, please. What are you going to do and why, Jace?
Yeah, we're going to bowl first. You know, I still feel a little bit of moisture on the wicket. Obviously, there's a bit of weather around. So we try to make first use of it with the new ball and get some new wickets and get it done.
What is it that you can glean from yesterday and use today?
It's tough, man. There's been so much rain today, you know, it's probably going to be a little bit different in terms of the surface. We'll assess and see how it goes, you know, but our main thing is to play the cricket that we want to play.
As far as approach is concerned, considering how your record goes in the tournament, what would you like to change or do?
I think last year we had quite a few close games, you know. It's just a matter of just seizing some of those big moments and getting over the line. You know, I think if we get over the line in one or two of those games last year, it would have been a whole different campaign. So one of the things I just want to stress to the boys is just seize big moments and let's play some tough cricket.
Everyone fit?
Everyone's fit to go.
Okay, all the best.
Cheers.
Matthew, tell me what the conversations have been about in your change room with what is quite a fresh squad.
Yeah, it is a fresh squad. It's pretty exciting actually coming into this year. A lot of new local players, but still got a pretty core squad of internationals. So yeah, looking forward to getting out for game one.
And in looking at things and conditions, rain and everything, what does that make you focus on as you try to put a score on here?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's just all about adapting to what the wicket does. You mentioned a lot of rain. It's been under covers pretty much all day. So yeah, we'll wait and see how it plays and go from there.
As far as your team is concerned, fitness and selection, difficulty, ease to put an 11 on the board?
No, pretty difficult actually, because you know everyone's fit, ready to go. You know, we wish everyone could get out there, but and obviously with a back-to-back game today and tomorrow, you know, it's going to be important to manage guys, especially this early in the tournament. So yeah, we'll get a few fresh faces out there today and tomorrow as well.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
So the story from the middle is that it is the Los Angeles Knight Riders who won the toss and decided they'll bowl first.
Our thanks to Pomi and Bangwa, as always, out there with the captains. Let's get a look at the 211s. As the skipper, Matt Short, said, plenty of new options for them within their domestic lineup in particular, but some very exciting signings. I'm particularly looking forward to seeing young Alejandro Pretorius, just 20 years of age, who's been lighting it up down in the SA20, to see how he goes on his MLC debut. And there's young talent from Australia too, in the shape of the former Australian under-19 Oliver Peake, Hassan Khan, Sanjay Krishnamurthy. They will very much be the bedrock of the middle order, the two domestic players. And great to see Peter Siddle still going. How old is he right now? And for the LA Knight Riders, well, Jason Holder, who took over as captain, having missed the first few games last season with that series against Ireland, he is back leading the side. Colin Monroe has been brought into the team, and Shadley van Schalkwyk, after his heroics for the red, white and blue during that T20 World Cup in February, where he was one of the leading wicket takers of the tournament, he'll be leading the line. But great to see Matthew Trump in the side too, and the change of sides for Carmine LaRue, who gets his go for the first time in purple. We're all set for a start. Just a reminder, it's going to be 14 overs per side. We'll guide you through the playing conditions in just a moment, but in general, the men in orange up at the top, particularly with this man, they tend to go hard and heavy. The bomb squad up at the top for the Unicorns. Finn Allen, well, he started things extraordinarily last season with that 150 plus total in the first ever game of cricket at the Oakland Coliseum. I'd say he was watching on last night, almost a touch jealously with the antics of his international teammate Tim Seifert, who made that 100 before it was trumped by Faf du Plessis' career strike rate up over 200. Keep your eyes on this one. I think he could be one of the stars of the show for the men in orange this year. Gives it an absolute biff, scores in all parts of the ground. Very, very strong batter, just 20 years young. And it will be the captain to take the new ball, Jason Holder. 9 games so far in his MLC career, but taking lots of wickets and in some of the best form of his life. So we're about an hour and 40 minutes delayed altogether. The ground staff, as always here at Grand Prairie, they are miracle workers. So we're going to get a good contest in. It's going to be even more fast and furious than usual with 14 overs per side. It's match 2 of Cognizant MLC. Let's go. And an immediate play and a miss for the first couple of overs. You're going to have the company of me, Andrew Leonard. I'm delighted to have the World Cup winning former Indian international Robin Uthappa joining me. Robin, firstly, good morning, good afternoon even to you, not quite good morning.
You're still an Irish time, mate.
I think it's the early hours of the morning back there. Firstly, great to have you with us for this season for the first time.
Thanks, Lenny. I'm very happy to be here. And day 2, we've had a little bit of rain delay, but it's good to see this Knight Riders side out on the field. They've got a very good team, I got to say.
It's your first time at this venue. How impressed are you, and just how world-class are the facilities here at Grand Prairie in Texas?
I honestly thought the match wouldn't start. I thought the first game would probably get, washed out, but because of the kind of rains we experienced after coming to the grounds. So it's massively impressive that they've been able to even have 14 overs of a game in the first one. So they've done a great job. The wicket seems bone dry. It seems really good to bat on, and I think history suggests that batting second is always better on this pitch. And we saw that yesterday as well. We thought Tim Seifert's innings was, completely out of the top draw, but Faf came and had one above that. It was great to watch, and we have one man here who scored 100 in the first game of the last season. Be interesting to see what he does tonight.
Yeah, he only plays in one way, does Finn Allen, and that is going helter-skelter right from the starts. You don't know the history of this ground. It was actually a former minor league baseball stadium. It was the Grand Prairie Air Hogs, or the Texas Air Hogs as they subsequently became known. But the way in which the Major League Cricket team have renovated this ground to turn it into a truly world-class facility now, and the legacy that it's giving for American cricket is quite something.
Yeah, absolutely. It's wonderful to see the Americans accept the game of cricket, make it part of their own, and it's wonderful to see the kind of talent that's kind of coming up through the ranks here. Some of the talent that you see truly phenomenal. Sanjay Krishnamurti is one of those talents, and he's done exceptionally well for USA in international cricket. Really excited to see what the youngsters got to deliver in this season.
I was actually talking to Matthew Tromp, who's in the 11 tonight for the Knight Riders, and he was just talking about how it's really been game-changing, both Major League Cricket and minor league cricket, for the young domestic players to give them a realistic prospect and dream of being full-time professional cricketers. With the world-class array of stars that we have across the 6 franchise sides for this season 4, it's exciting times. Do you expect things to be a little bit different to last night, given the scale of rain that we had both this morning with a flash flood warning and then the covers that were on throughout that sort of 2-hour rain shower between 2 and 4 p.m.?
Yeah, yesterday when we were playing on pitch number 4 yesterday, and on pitch number 4 that seemed a little bit dry, but this one, pitch number 6, it didn't seem dry at all. There was nice grass cover on the pitch, and it felt like the ball will come onto the bat. Because the wickets were under covers for a long period of time, there could be a little bit of help for the fast bowlers with the new ball only. A couple of boundaries in the first 6 overs to change that.
Gets us to the end of the first over. Quiet start for the Unicorns, 5 for none. Yeah, so 14 overs per side we'll have. A slight amendment as well in terms of the Lexus power play, which historically, going back to the earlier years of T20 cricket, you'd always have, let's say, 3, 4 or 5 overs of power play, but for this evening we'll have 4.1 overs of Lexus power play. That's the potential batting order for the Unicorns. Interesting to see Short maybe at number 4.
Maybe number 3, because he generally likes to bat at the top of the order, so he generally opens the batting. So you might see him at number 3. It's always useful to have a left-right opening combination. And this one with Pretorius and Allen, I think, as dynamic as they are and as belligerent as they can be, it's best to start with them, but have someone like Shot there as well who plays at a high strike rate.
Going to be spin to start with. The veteran that he is now, and the brilliance of Sunil Narine, one of the most economical bowlers that go around the T20 circuit. And the challenge and a test for young Lahandre Pretorius. There we are. We've even got some Nepali fans in, so we say Namaste. And we say Sanche Anunsa, which means hello, how are you there in Nepal?
You know more than I do, Len.
What's the approach in a 14-over contest? It's kind of difficult to get going, particularly after the rain.
Yeah, it is, because you want to assess the wicket a little bit, so you want to give yourself a little bit of time, but you don't have too much time anyway, so just a little bit of time, maybe 10 balls to kind of assess what the wicket's going to do, and then go as hard as he can, just like this. Sends it away, few rows into the stands. First 6 for Lahandre Pretorius, the first 6 for the Unicorns as well.
He is a prodigiously talented youngster, and this is going to fill him full of confidence. Just a regulation off break. Nicely picked up. We do pick up the first Cognizant Major League Cricket 6 tracker up over that 250 feet, 259 in total. I think just from my eyes, Robin, we're probably on the same surface as yesterday, so we have that slight disparity, don't we? It's a little bit shorter to the leg side there for Pretorius, so good tactics from him targeting that.
Yeah, it is, and he's actually playing a little bit with the wind there. If you look at the flags that are on the field, you can see the wind's actually blowing from left to right where we're sitting. So it's almost from where Narayan's bowling, it's almost from right to left for him. So to the left-hander, he will be hitting with the wind, so he will get that assistance of the conditions.
I love to see not just the American flag, but crucially for all the locals, the Texans, here in the Lone Star State, the Texas flag flying proudly here at Grand Prairie 2. Interesting move from Holder to open with Narayan in the power play. Usually see him on just outside of it. Crisply played and finds the gap. He isn't just about power, Finn Allen. There's a bit of poise there too, and that's a beautiful stroke for 4.
Well, watch that from Finn Allen. Pick the ball, pick the length very, very quickly. Rock back on the back foot. Felt like the ball held in the wicket just a touch. Pierced the gap. It was just slightly short. Played it really well.
Gets away with that to get out of the over. Good one though for the Unicorns, 11 from it, 16 for none. Hey Robin, I know you and I are only getting to know each other, but I love a cricket stats, absolutely adore them. Average score across the history of all 14 over games that's ever happened in T20 cricket history. Don't know how many, 143. So about 10 and over they need, and they're going to need at least that.
Yeah, they certainly will need as much, especially after yesterday's game. You felt 220 was a competitive score, probably above par, but the Super Kings made short work of it.
So just to explain the 14 overs per side game, as we're going to see Dre Russ get a good cheer from the crowd that have come in here. Take the ball for the first time this season. It'll be 14 overs per side, which means 4.1 overs of this Lexus power play. Oh, it's a spectacular stroke, controlled as well. The outfield, despite the rain, still as quick as ever. How good is that from Leandre Pretorius.
Yeah, that was a loose from Dre Russ. Shot into the ground, into the pitch. It's a short arm jab from Leandre. That's going to take some pressure off him. Probably free his arms from here on in.
I think for those like you, Robin, who'll have seen Leandre Pretorius in the SA20, speak volumes about what a talented cricketer he is. Crispness of his ball striking is, well, a sight to behold. This could be a fun opening partnership to watch throughout season 4. Just to finish that up, Robin, sorry, 4 bowlers can bowl a maximum of 3 overs, so that gets us up to a total of 12, and then just 1 bowler will be capped at a max of 2.
Yeah, it's a tough ask for the captain to figure out who to bowl. You got to take that call on the field, right? And give your best bowlers the opportunity to bowl 3 overs. So get everyone to bowl 1 first, and then decide who bowls 1 and then 2 after.
Not a good delivery, and well put away, right on the hip of Pretorius, and he answers in grand style. The youngster taking a liking to his first innings here in America.
Yeah, nicely done. Ball was asked to be punished. Short into the hips with short fine leg in. Was asking for trouble. Dre Russ is playing after a while now. He's got a break from cricket, and the last time he played was in the SA20, so take a little while for the wheels to start turning as far as Dre Russ is concerned.
Oh, sensational. This young left-hander has got something about him. The crispness of the noise of that ball hitting the bat there. Wonderful batting.
Yeah, nice shot. There was an overcompensation from Dre Russ. The last 2 boundaries were short balls. Try to pitch the ball up this time. Sent right past back him for 4. So not looking good for LAKR at the moment.
Answers with a trademark Yorker. Yeah, how difficult is it for someone like an Andre Russell? Like you said, he hasn't played any sort of top-level cricket since that SA20, a 6-month gap.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you kind of notice with players when they're getting older. You want them to play as many matches as possible. How well he played that shot there. Andre, so pleasing to the eyes. He actually plays in tough conditions back home for his home side.
Can't find the gap this time, but again, right out of the middle of the bat. 3 have been bowled. It's 30 for none. No doubt that Dre Russ will warm into the season, does keep himself very, very fit. We're seeing more and more players go on and on. 38, 39, we saw what Faf did last night.
Yeah, and as you get older, you want to be playing as much cricket as possible. You don't want to have too much of a break, because the minute you kind of cool down, and that man there as well. And that man on screen as well is retired. It's been a couple year or so after he's retired. He's playing his first tournament, so he's not playing today, but you'll see him take part in this fantastic league over the next few games.
Any sense of that being an injury concern, or he's just going to find his way into the season?
Yeah, just find his way into the season, to be very honest. You need to build up the momentum, and you have to understand that this tournament has a lot of back-to-back games, so you've got to make sure that recovery is a big part of your players' protocol as well, especially when they're playing after a while.
Going to be the 4th bowler in 4 overs as Shadley van Schalkwijk will come into the attack. Starts with an off-cutter, and Finn Allen will feel as though he's missed out there. He certainly didn't miss out in this opener. I was there. Robin, it was about the most extraordinary innings you'll ever witness. 115, won the record number of 6s ever hit in an individual T20 innings, particularly like that scoop shot, and he simply lit up the Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah, he goes one of 2 ways, doesn't he? Oh! So now I'm almost caught. Finn Allen napping there to the non-striker's end. But this man plays only one of two ways. It's either a lot of runs or not many at all. Safely home there.
Kind of with the evolution of T20 cricket in particular, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I know that might sound counterintuitive, that you don't want any opening batter to fail, but what you do want them to do, particularly in the first 6 overs, or in tonight's case 4.1 overs, is to take advantage of those power play restrictions where they can only have 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. And that's taking advantage in a big way. All the way over mid-off, who's in the circle, and it flies for 6 more. Pretorius off to a flyer, his 3rd maximum already.
Yeah, watch how cleanly he's hit that. The positions were fantastic. Ball is right up there as well. This extension into that shot was all timing, but he hit that so crisply.
Spoke yesterday, didn't we, about Vian Mulder and his connection to St. Scythian's College there in Johannesburg. Another one here, product of that. And a reminder that we've got doubleheader action today, tomorrow and Sunday. You can get those tickets online, majorleaguecricket.com. Pretorius goes again and gets good reward again. Back-to-back boundaries for the left-hander.
Yeah, he's hitting them well. Read the bowler. Knows they need as many as possible today. Already off to a flyer, so might as well take full toll of the bowler. Yeah, he kind of showed that he was going to bowl the off-cutter and then changed it in the last minute when he saw him stepping out, but Nuandre is still good enough to hit that for 4.
I just wonder as to how good Lehandre Pretorius could turn out to be. He's just turned 20. He's already got 18 appearances, including a Test match century for South Africa. He's been fantastic for the Parle Royals too down in the SA20. You've seen him plenty there, striking at over 200. Great diving stop, and he's going to send Finn Allen back. That's 4 unsaved. But we're witnessing a special young talent blossom here.
Yeah, great stop that from Colin Munro. But yeah, he is an exceptional talent. For him to score as many runs as he scores for Parle Royals in their home ground, which is a really slow wicket. I was always thinking, I can't imagine how this kid will bat on a good wicket. And we've seen that, we're witnessing that just now.
He's cashing in a big way. That's massive. All the way down the ground, 6 more. That's a Cognizant MLC maximum, and it might have been held up in the crowd too. It's 47 for none. Quite remarkable batting from young Lehandre Pretorius. Gets a good piece of that down the ground. And it's the biggest of the evening alongside, yes sir, a crowd catch well held on to.
Kamila Roo, first over for LA, originally a unicorn player. Normally bowls early doors with a new pill, so it's going to be a strange over for him, with the ball maybe not swinging as much.
Starts pace off, and you would have some familiarity, as that one is going to hurt, of bowling to Finn Allen, having spent 3 seasons at the Unicorns playing with you, Liam Plunkett.
Yeah, this has happened before. He had a really bad injury a couple of years back where the ball came back and sliced his ear with stitches, and it was a very bad accident. So he doesn't love the ball coming back to him. Potentially it could have been a grab, but being critical, probably could have snared that. But a little bit tentative in his start. I do like it when he kicks off the side screen with a bit of energy and a bit of a pace. So let's hopefully get a bit of a pep in his step and he can crank that speed up.
You say he doesn't like it coming back at him. Who does?
And if you've got good hands, a few people might, but not when you got these guys smacking the ball back at you. That's a good point.
Adam Milne was sensational with his reaction time last night. Been well composed though, this opening partnership, a new opening partnership for the Unicorns. Were very successful 12 months ago with Allen and Matt Short.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a formidable open partnership, but change of tactics here, a different lineup. But I think Finn Allen loves the MLC, being very successful, huge striker of the ball. Starting to get better with his brain here. The more experience he's got, the more savvy he's got. He's starting to put runs together, not just a quick 40, but he can go deep and get big runs.
So we've gone past the 4.1 mark, so it means the Lexus power play is over. You can have 5 fielders outside that circle. So now there's protection on that offside boundary, even with the timing, just one.
Excellent, excellent.
Looks like Finn's setting himself. He wants to hit some boundaries, and why not? They're both in. Pretorius on 40 off 19. Allen needs to get going. 8 off 8, short format.
And this was the catch from a night ago. Adam Milne, my word, that is something serious. Even Faf was in shock. And he's got some of the best hands in the game. Leg side is a much longer boundary as the 50 partnership is up.
Nice delivery from Kami, smacking that length. The balls yesterday when people were bowling, the hardest ball to hit was top of the stump, so I think that's the best delivery, especially to the left-hander here with a long boundary on the left side of the screen. Maybe use his variation, maybe try a bouncer, potentially get a wicket here. They need to break this partnership before it keeps gaining this momentum.
Well fielded from Monroe, just. Question now for Jason Holder will be, where does he go next? Remember, 4 bowlers can bowl 3, 1 can bowl 2. You want to really maximize his overs and Sinian Narayan's 2 overs, so 4 between them of the next 9. I think you want to get Allen out before he gets set. He's only faced the 8 deliveries, so maybe it's worth the gamble on one of those next. Nice start from Leroux against his former team. Good running as well to get back for 2. 7 from the over, 54 for now. Nice start for Pretorius, Allen. Familiar faces back in Cognizant MLC Season 4.
Cognizant Major League Cricket brings fans, but makes them fans for life. Our man here, well, you were at your first game last year, and now you're back again, but you're not from Texas. Where are you from again, remind the audience?
Yeah, I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
And you came down for anything else, or was it just this, really?
Well, I'm here to visit family. My in-laws live here in Texas, so my wife and I came down and, yeah, left to time it with the cricket season.
And Anika, you're there with Miss Wifey here. Stacy, what do you have over there?
I'm here with a very special guest. Here with a very special guest. She has an amazing uniform going on here, and she's repping the San Francisco Unicorns. And it looks like you're following USA Women's Cricket.
Yeah, following along the best I can. There's a lot happening, so a lot of games to watch.
And the Women's World Cup is going on. Do you have any favorites in that squad?
Probably England, yeah.
Well, it's brilliant. This is a family affair as well. But the mother-in-law, she's got the Knight Riders on. Wife's got San Francisco Unicorns. My man, you're in a tough spot. Who are you rooting for tonight?
It's hard. It's really tough. It's a house divided, but I'm rooting for the Unicorns as well.
He's picked Wifey, and he's a good choice because there's another boundary being put on by the Unicorns. Back to y'all upstairs.
2 6s against a man he just spent 2 months with. Both played for the Knight Riders in the IPL. One off the back foot, one off the front.
Finn Allen's a tall guy, which doesn't make sense for him to have quick hands, but he does. His hands are so quick, gets him out of trouble all the time, manages to fix that length, and he's such a powerful guy that he's going to send it over the ropes.
My word, we've seen so much brute force from this man, but he's also got the dexterity to complement.
I think that was, yeah, under pressure, Narayan. Didn't want to put it up too much to get back over his head. Didn't want to bang it in short to go over cow corner, left of the screen.
He has his revenge on Narayan. He's laughing last. Huge wicket for the Knight Riders.
A little bit quicker into the pitch. I think it might have been a straighter, quicker one. Finn Allen tried to roll his wrist and obviously got a leading edge there too. I think it was the catcher, Andre Russell, Holder? Jason Holder. Andre Russell.
He's been working on that knuckleball. We've seen a new variation of it in the IPL and completely surprised Finn Allen. They've just held in the pitch on him. Smiles all around. That is a humongous wicket. Allen gone for 24-74. Matthew Short, captain, began season 3 with 4 consecutive 50s. Had an excellent year. Loves this venue as well. At 3 today.
Just coming into bat against Narayan, obviously hard to hit him from ball 1. I think the best option is to get himself in for a little bit and obviously rotate the strike to Pretorius, who's smoking it out there, who's playing lovely.
.16 from the first 3 balls. Wicket and no run from the next 3. Well done, Narayan. 70 for 1. Couple of familiar faces for the Unicorns. Krishnamurti, Hassan Khan, they've formed that middle order for 2 seasons. Ollie Peak in today as well. Carmine Leroux continuing with his left arm angle. Now has left-handed Pretorius to mitigate first up. Long off, deep cover in place.
Nice bowling from Carmi Leroux, just straight into the hip there. They're going to make it back for 2. Is actually a misfield. Wow.
Yeah, that will be extremely disappointing from a Knight Riders perspective because Trump is placed on the boundary because he's usually one of the quicker members.
What happened here? Yeah, it's absolutely. I think he overran the ball. Ran past the ball. He was too quick. The ball was too slow. Kicked it, a bit of soccer over the rope, 4 runs. Carmi will be very disappointed. That was a good delivery.
In Oakland last year, he dropped a critical catch, but also can take a few as well.
This was the ball yesterday that people did struggle to hit. It was back of a length into the wicket, and it was quite hard to middle that. It kind of hit the splice. Power play from the guys, a great power play, 47. Off 4 overs, the guys were in serious form. It was a great start. Finn Allen will be disappointed to lose out just after that power play. Will put their team in a fantastic position and they're looking to boot from that.
Alexis foul play, you probably would say goes to the Unicorns. Although after last night, you really don't know what's enough this pitch. I think the outfield will get a touch faster. Pitch may get a bit better being under the covers all day. Into the pitch again.
To your point, Nickel, I think that's the best delivery on here. I think it seems hard to hit. Just replaying the wicket here. Finn Allen tried to roll his wrists on a knuckleball from Narayan. Straight, easy catch to Andre Russell for the first wicket.
And good captaincy from Holder as well, because he knew that that partnership had to be broken. So he went to one of his attacking options, if not the most attacking option, in Narayan. And even though he went for the 16, in the end it worked. Just stands on top of the length and smacks it.
This is Matt Short's speciality. He does not miss out on the hip. A big guy with that little scoop, pick-up shot. He's so successful when he plays in Australia, and that's bread and butter for him. An easy hit for 6, and he'll be happy with this start.
Just want to be a touch fuller. Holders come to have a word with him. Portet now, he closes the over. And remember, that boundary that he's just hit the ball into, there's a 36 feet difference, or 11 meters.
Lovely shot by Matt Shaw. Very textbook down the ground for 1. That's the difference when you're bowling at a left-hander or right-hander. That line and length has to adjust, mainly the length. You're bowling beautiful to Pretorius with that long boundary. You get that slightly wrong to the right-hander, Matt Shaw, high quality. He's going to put that away into the boundary for 6.
Thrives on anything full, will use his feet. Create the length as well. Seen it in South Africa. One thing Liam Plunkett bowlers used to do against him was bowl wide outside off stump because he's so strong leg side. But he's showing a day like today that he can hit both sides of the ground.
Yeah, I think as a franchise player, international player, you're traveling around, you have to improve. People do understand what your strengths are, and I think you have to improve every time you play and get better.
Been a nice welcome for Luandra Pretorius at the Cognizant MLC, 11th, 50 and 1st here in the USA, 84 for 1.
The best batsmen don't swing every delivery. They know which ones to leave and which ones to hit. Thousands of probabilities. Fewer than 1% actually matter. Wallace finds
84 for 1 is a very good start. And halfway through their innings, means they must keep their foot on the pedal. Keep all these bowlers under pressure. Having been put into bat first, the task of setting a score is not so simple in terms of calculation. What do you need, how many, and what is difficult on a surface that's good. There was expectation of swing, but haven't seen a great deal of that. It's actually been the batters that have made hay. And Nika Sneaker Kalon alongside. Shot again. Yeah, top work in the deep to prevent that going over the ropes. Fielding going to be important.
Tommy, I can't do the voice, but I'm equally excited to be here and equally as excited to see the sun here in Sunnyside, Texas. With the outfield drying out from that water we got earlier from that rain, I think it's going to be so instrumental in how the SF Unicorns get their run. Obviously, the outfield is going to be a lot faster, so a lot more options for them.
There he goes again. Wonderful striking this by Alejandro Pretorius. Holds the key for them as he looks to continue on and his belligerent best.
we have that tall man at the boundary, but you see he didn't even try to go for that catch. That was way above his head and into the crowd.
Yeah, highest score by an under 21 in the tournament. Oh, there you go. There's something on that. What a breakthrough that is. Andre Russell wins the battle in the end. It's a blow that's going to be critical for the Los Angeles Knight Riders.
Critical, but LA definitely had to make that breakthrough. There was plenty going on from the pitch, and definitely an important need from Russell and Man.
Yeah, been around a long time, hasn't played for some time, Andre Russell. And he gets rid of a young talent in Luhandre Pretorius. 58 from 28. Quite brilliant to watch. 92 for 2.
In at 4, first mark Army, number 27, Sanjay Krishnamurti.
$92 for 2. Talent goes off and another comes on. Sanjay Krishnamurti. We've watched him come of age, I guess, in this tournament from inception and now playing for the USA. He's got better and better as the seasons have gone along. And they'll need his best here. Let's get going straight away. He replaces Luhandre Pretorius.
Pami, as a Bay Area native, there's nothing more exciting to see Sanjay Krishnamurti at this crease right here. Back home at Oakland, whenever he comes out to bat, everyone is waving their flags, and I know there's a few SF supporters here right now who are doing the same.
Ha! As efficient as you like. That's how to get started. Not just crash, bang, wallop all over the place. That's deft and precise in the gap for 4.
Yeah, confident shot there, and we saw a lot of these in the World Cup when he was repping the United States. So really good to see that young energy brought to the crease and a powerful strike at that.
Yeah, 13 off, but importantly, a wicket from Russell. It's 97 for 2.
13 runs from over number 8, and another big wicket as the feathered edge of Luhandre Pretorius nestles into the gloves of Andre Fletcher. Uniforms 97 for 2. Great.
San Francisco Unicorns will be working with the number around about 150. And having got to this position, 97 for 2, they'll feel they should get there. However, there are 2 new batters at the crease. Oh, wow. What a fantastic shot. Just picked up off a length and away it goes for 6. Oh, sumptuous that.
And that brings up the 100 mark for the SF Unicorns, just in 8.1 overs. I think that's absolutely extraordinary. Jason Holder's just looking back at that and wondering how that just came out of the bat of Sanjay Krishnamurti, and I'm sure Sanjay Krishnamurti will be pleased with that shot.
The intent shown will please all those in orange no end. I just said there are 2 new batters at the crease, and oftentimes, despite the brief being clear, it is difficult to get away straight away. A couple of shots he's played, deft and just worked wide of third, and now that powerful one over deep mid-wicket gets him started. And what you want is to put the pressure on the bowlers straight away so that they don't feel like they can have an over two critically in a game that's 14 overs. That's a big chunk out of the game. So you don't want to give them any settling in time. You want to make sure you keep going at them.
Yeah, currently at a 12-run rate, and there's possibilities I can go to 174 all the way up to 194. I think what SF is doing is getting those partnerships, but also making an impact at that. So really good for them.
Oh, timing. Excellent timing. Easy as you like. Just you look at the flow of the hands there as he plays the shot. Excellent stuff. Yeah, look at Russell outside that off stump and full, and then pulls the length back and is still trying to throw the hands away into the offside and doesn't quite deal with the little bit of extra bounce. Shot again. Oh, in the slot and dispatched. Brilliance this from Matthew Short. Just easy as you like.
Yeah, in the slot again. And Short just dismisses that easily to the boundary. Straight out the middle. And I know Jason Holder is looking back at that again, wondering how that happened twice in an over. But let's see what he does next.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you run out of ideas as a bowler sometimes. Not quite got the link right, and now just chasing the over. Good work, steps across, and it's in the slot still, but he can work it to the leg side because of where he's positioned himself. And gets the telegraph because of the field, and therefore looking to go over the field that's in leg side. 19 off the over with the final one to go. Counting deliveries, he'll keep the strike. 20 off, it's 117 for 2.
An expensive old over from Jason Holder, and I think the way the batters carried that out was close to perfection. We got those two big sixes in from Krishnamurthy and Short, and the next ball right after that, 6 from Short. It's kind of like he knew where the bowler was going to bowl. And Tommy, you just talked about how it's difficult for bowlers, so we now see a spinner coming in.
Oh dear, opportunity gone a-begging. Wasn't an easy one. But batter down the crease, might have got something on it. That's what perhaps got it away from the gloves of the Spiceman. But they'd have loved for him to get a hold of that.
Yeah, inside edge from the LAKR side, but I think that's beautiful work by Shadley on the boundary. We talked about how the outfield is going to get quicker and quicker, and that means the fielders are just going to have to put their body on the line a bit more.
Yeah, as I said, he came in and excellent intent strike rates. You saw those graphics we had up there. Everybody 200 and above just going at it. Just like that. That's against the wind on that side, so it's a really big hit. It kind of doubles up on that onside, and that it's longer and the wind blows against you as you try and clear it. So you have to be very sure and hit it really well to get it for 6.
Yeah, a lot of experience Narayan is bringing here to the pitch. I think he knows all these things subconsciously in his mind for how much he knows.
Taken off the leading edge as they try to work it onside. That man, Sunil Narayan. A Cognizant clutch catch to get rid of Sanjay Krishnamurti.
Yeah, just talking about that experience there, Pami, I think the more you play and the more time you spend on the wicket, you kind of predict how things are going to happen. And you can kind of tell how Narayan just kind of set Sanjay Krishnamurti up for that, and Narayan got the win at the end.
A short stay, but a productive stay for Krishnamurti. 14 from 8, 122 for 3.
In at 5, the San Francisco Unicorns, number 98, Hassan Khan.
Hassan Khan to the crease. The SF Unicorns are at 122 for 3, 19 for 4 overs down so far, and it's interesting to see what type of impact and mindset Hassan Khan is going to bring to the crease now and hopefully carry his SF Unicorns team on his side. Really important breakthrough for the LAKR side here. We see that the SF Unicorns were getting a bit of those baseball swings into the boundary, but you know, the bowlers are going to have a mind of their own, and I think Sunil Narayan used his perfectly. .123 for 3. We're ending that over with the dot.
Overs down, 4 to go in our abbreviated innings. 6 runs and the wicket of Sanjay Krishnamurti from the 10. Unicorns 123 for 3. Back into the attack as the race towards end. 83, Carly LaRue.
Everyone going for double figures here in terms of the bowling fraternity for the Knight Riders. Not an easy gig, and you've got a 14 over affair, so it's all go. LaRue is back into proceedings, and well, Liam Plunkett alongside. I know there's only a few overs to go. What do you reckon? What's the score you got in mind?
I think they could smack. We got another 4 overs here. I think they could smack another 50 here. Maybe get up to 170, especially with his short set. Hassan is an amazing player. Yeah, Hassan's a great player. He demolishes the back end. I've been very impressed with him the last few years with the Unicorns. He's done some really good damage at the lower order. Clears the ropes with ease.
Yeah, season 4, Cognizant MLC 2026. Sun has come out, looking good. Yeah, but when you switch hit and try and do something different, it goes against you as you're better, because the lines, you can see what LaRue's trying to do here. Wants to go wide and make short Hassan fetch.
I think Kami's bowled lovely here. He's mixed up, hit the pitch, used wide of the crease, made it hard to hit.
It's flat and clean, but quite all of it. So you can see the attentions. They really are looking to go up and over and hit some maxis.
Yeah, I think Shorty's more strong on the leg side. He does really good damage. If it's a bad ball on the offside, he would lean into it. But I think taking the pace away from him, taking pace off away from him is hard to hit. Didn't quite get that one, but it's close to a wicket chance. They could do with getting one of these guys right now. Not too much to come after this. There's obviously some good players, but this is the damage between these two that's going to change the game and probably put that 40-50 partnership back on.
You think about the timing, you think about the pressure now that the batters will subtly feel, because as you said, Liam, they want to get on and really turn it up here, the heat. So what do we got? 3 of 4 balls only.
Yeah, I think you've got to take what happened in yesterday's game, what balls were successful, and it was back in the length.
Couple to go for LaRue. It's good bowling. Subtle changes of pace, that fuller length, having short reaching.
We can see the line that he's trying to attack with the length and with the fuller ball. He's going for that wide line, which is successful. I think he's using that long side like we talked about yesterday. He's going away from the right-handers, which is clever because both of these guys are very strong on the leg side. I think Hassan can be strong on the offside, but make him reach, maybe make pace onto the ball, which it's difficult to do that right now.
There's width and line and length of Gonski. Yeah. Slower one, made him fetch. We were talking about this from LaRue. And he's got the smarts and he's got a wicket.
Yeah, very smart bowling from Kami LaRue there. Took the pace off it. A big spinner away from the right-hander. Hard for him to hit. We're just showing the screen here. It's actually really wide. It would have been called a wide, but Hassan's reached. Good bowling from Kami. Sometimes you say what Dhoni says, risk a wide and rather hit the slot. So risk that wide and trying to get a wicket rather than come inside and hit that line and get hit for 6. Very clever bowling. Hassan Khan is out for 3. Caught on Mukchand, bowled Kami LaRue. The score is 127 for 4 off 11 overs.
In at 6 for the San Francisco Unicorns, number 15, Oliver P. Thanks to our friends at Rebentley, we can now turn our eyes to the fastest ball of the innings so far. That being bowled by Andre Russell.
3 overs to go. To Oliver Peak, I think, has come out. Indeed, for the San Francisco Unicorns. Dre Russ will be another extra to the total, but yeah, again, you can see the mixing up of pace and lengths paramount in T20 and particularly these late overs.
Yeah, and also I've not seen Matt Short play too many of these scoop shots. Last year he was very standstill, very stick to his guns, very strong, waits for the ball, picks the ball up when it's fun, he can bang it. But obviously you have to adapt every year, and he's obviously worked maybe on this in the winter, on this scoop shot.
Once again, it's tried and trusty Yorker from Andre Russell. Yeah, slower balls, we keep going about this. Yes, the field's set and the batter sort of knows what's coming. But you still got to dispatch it, and he couldn't here.
Yeah, as you said, good bowling, easy, comfortable catch for Mukchand. Good wicket, good little over from Kami LaRue, and well deserved. Good pull.
We mentioned it last night, didn't we? The variety of having someone with pace, left arm angle, whether you've got a wrist spinner as well. Something a bit unique, something a bit different required. So what do we got? We've got these two here. You got the captain set. Man, does he need to kick on and smoking a few.
When watching Andre Russell bowl, his normal delivery that he hits the back of a length, his arm is very tall. When he's looking to bowl Yorkers, his arm is a bit lower, and he's trying to squeeze that onto the bat. So you can see the difference there. It's probably hard to pick up as a batsman because it's coming at you in real time. It's quick, but the viewers are watching on TV. You can note that slight difference in arm.
Short, and he's so good there. But, Rodman Powell equally outstanding in those hot spots. Long on, that's it, one heading straight down the ground a bit on the onside, the leg side, and then long off is the other side, where you've got to have your best fielders.
The athletes, they call them, right, Danny? You need the guys who can sprint, pick up the ball, take diving catches, win a game for you, swoop up, throw it back in, run out. That's where your athletes belong, and you've got a few out there.
Well, doubleheader Fab Friday. Crowd coming for the second game. A little bit more after work. So, a bit more zip and zap here. Players sitting around. Not ideal with the weather. Can't control those weather gods. So a 14 over a side if you've just tuned in. Got Dre Russ here. With a couple to go here in the 12th. It's Cognizant MLC for season 4. Players rapt to be back in Texas.
Clever ball in from Andre Russell there, just smacking the length, using the wicket. It is a good pitch, but there's still a little bit of unbearable bounce, Danny. I think it hit the splice, hit the toe of the bat. Good pitch, I'm not saying that. That's the best delivery on here with that boundary. Whacking the ball into the pitch, making them hit into the wind. The pitch is on the screen here. It's a good pitch. There's some little patches where if you hit, there might be some purchase for a bowler, but all in all, a good wicket.
Now Peak thinking a 2. No, it's not quite. Captain may have wanted to come back, but it's not there. So good over. Only 7 from the 12th, and the Unicorns are 134 for 4. Yeah, lovely even covering the surface. But covers on. So there's, you can see the fluctuations of some tall buildings, but some wickets of late. Over 6 and 8, 10 and 11. Yeah, so just a dozen deliveries to go here for the Unicorns, and let's see what they can get. If they can get 2 10s, geez, you can breach 150, that'd be handy. Just 17 off the last 3 overs though, so good comeback here from the Knight Riders. Captain Holder, the penultimate over. They often go on about this, Liam. That second to last over key.
It is. Hopefully he can squeeze through this and maybe 8, 9 runs off it. Not too much damage. Jason Holder's a good guy to have this. Plenty of experience. He's going to use his bounce, use his cutter. He's got a lovely off cutter there. A slight change in the field, maybe just from that shot that Peak tried to play, tried to get around it, hit over fine leg. But I think it's the right field for Jason Holder right now.
Timing, quite Peak was looking for, but it's a goodie because it allows Short, the captain, to get back on stride. He's 28 from 17. He'd dearly love to get a wriggle on now.
Head coach DJ Bravo played against him, played with him. A character, a student of the game. He is, knows a lot about franchise cricket. Very successful, one of the most successful cricketers that's played franchise cricket with Chennai and obviously the West Indies.
Yeah, you think about those golden years when the Caribbean Premier League started, when you've had Dre Rush still going, Sunil Narayan, Chris Gale, DJ Bravo, Darren Bravo. Some big names, Caribbean cricket, and can't play forever. Holder, he's hanging in. So's Dre Russ, so's Andre Fletcher, the man with the gloves on for the LA Knight Riders. He's certainly been around the scene for a long time. pretty good. Half the over gone, only 2 runs. So just shows you when the bowlers get it right and their lengths and subtle changes of pace, not easy. Freedom guys are in the house. Peak with a little pickup. Oh, but not all of it. And he's going to have to disappear back to the dressing room.
Good delivery pace off it. It doesn't look like there's much wind, but the ball does get stuck up there. It is a bigger hit than you think. Pace off it. Didn't quite time it. Not enough power behind it. It's a good wicket, stops the momentum. They do need short here. That's the big wicket. They need short to break this and hopefully keep this momentum down. We're looking at maybe 145. Off cuts it wide of the off stump. Peak has walked across and tried to shovel it to the leg side for a 6, but mishit it. Wicket. Well ball, Jason Holder.
Yeah. He's gone for a few, but he's got people out too. So Peak in and out just for 4. Unicorns lose their 5th at 136.
In at 7 from the San Francisco Unicorns, number 73, Hamad Azam.
So running out of deliveries here are the Unicorns, and got Hamad Azam out in the middle.
Hamad is local USA player. Very good striker of the ball. Hits it 360. Good on the offside. Can walk across and slap it onto the leg side. It's actually a good batter. Good number 7 for the Unicorns. He can be destructive. He's been very destructive in the PSL. Played in Pakistan for many years and also dominates minor league across over here.
So Azam, see if he can wield the willow. Hasn't got long. So he's got a couple more of this holder over. Went Yorker, missed his line. Good start for Hamad Azam.
A very good shot. Played a lot of cricket for the Kingsmen in the PSL. They play a lot of cricket around the world. They travel, play franchise stuff. Obviously Kingsman now with Jamaica, bought that franchise. He's a key part of that squad. I think he's based out of Houston. A lot of good cricket. Great shot here, missed his Yorker. Hamad got down and played that paddle shot over fine leg. 4 runs, great start.
You do it again, hit a boundary or even better, hit one out of the ballpark for a 6er. So Holder just taking his time here, getting his feel. He wants it precisely in the positions to cover. Slow ball, and there's a bit of luck as it sliced. Yeah, into the gap. He's going to keep the strike. So Short loses the strike again. We've had 13, a wicket and 7 off it. 141 for 5.
The lights are on. The stage is set. Los Angeles, get ready. The Knights are coming home. A new season, a new chapter. The same Knight Rider spirit.
Bowling the final over of the first innings from the River End, number 16, Shadley Bunskalvik.
Down to the last 6 deliveries. 1 over to go, the 14th. Hamad, courtesy of that little miscue, it's the strike. So Matthew Short, the captain, he's just lost the strike just of late. Shadley Bunskalvik is going to bowl the last one here for the Knight Riders. Very good Yorker. He still managed to squirt one. That's good for the Unicorns to get Short back on the strike.
Shadley, World Cup, leading one of the wicket takers there. Amazing for USA cricket. Deals well under pressure. Highlights up here of Ollie Peak, missed hitting that. An easy catch for Jason Holder. Monroe, the claw, the C.
C for classic. Stop it. I think it's for one of his kids, I believe. Salute for his son, I think. Well bowled. Beautiful deception into the surface. He's held it in the palm of his hand, Bunskalvik.
I think playing in India against the best players in the world under that pressure on them flat wickets, this is a flat wicket, but not quite that. Very skillful, good at mixing up balls stump to stump. Just missed the off stump with that cutter. It was a cutter, but it was more like an overspinner. Didn't really spin too much, got a bit more bounce on it, and then it died after the stumps. Very good bowling from Shadley.
He's short. It sounded okay. But cover and lots of protection. Had to come back, and he's well short. Had to be. Matthew Short. He's got to go here.
Good bowling again into the pitch, that pace off. Picked up easy, wanted to. Why not? He's in form, plenty short. The Spiceman Fletcher, easy pickup, easy run out, good fielding. Risk was worth it. The captain's out, run out, very disappointing. He looked in great form, 30 off 20 balls. The score is 143 for 5 off 13.3 with 3 deliveries coming.
In at 8 for San Francisco, number 98, Horace Brown. Correction number 97.
Harris Ralph. It's out in the middle. Gone! First ball. Very short stay in Cognizant MLC Season 4 for the Pakistani pacer.
Shadley, great mix-up here. I think out the 2 games so far, it seems like he's had the most pace off with that cutter. Maybe the wicket's down a little bit, but he outdid Harris Ralph there quite comfortably. He didn't pick that at all. Good ball from Shadley. Good momentum shift here. Going to keep this score down, maybe under 150. A golden duck for Harris Ralph. Will be disappointed. 143 for 7 off 13.4.
In at 9, uniforms number 24, Brody Couch.
Two balls left. Striking. Bradley, yeah, it's gone all the way. Couch, Fatsy's first one. Goes all the way.
Brody Couch, the same delivery. Models himself on a Mike Hussey. High hands, Mr. Cricket. A good swing of the ball, off cutter again, slightly wide. I think Shadley be disappointed. It's that in between, either go really wide or come a bit straighter. That was a line of length to get met. Good shot first up, very good shot.
Last one. Again, a lovely change of pace. Head of a shy. They'll take that because 9 off. That's not bad considering you're in a truncated game. And they do get to 150, the Unicorns, for the loss of 7 from their 14. But they bowled some very good overs at the end to the LA Knight Riders, because at one stage it looked like it had run away and they'd get well over 160. So yeah, some high fives and some smiles from the Knight Riders. DJ Bravo, head coach, pleased with the fight back. The Knight Riders, given the start that Pretorius and Allen gave them, and really were humming along nicely. Shane Watson, yeah, he's part of the coaching staff. And look at that, yeah, right at the top there, the first 3. Pretorius and Allen in particular. And then Matthew Short stayed out there for a while, but lost the strike somewhat. He got the 30 from his 20. Krishnamurti, he was brief, Krishnamurti, but did hit a couple. Aman Patel has got a special guest.
Here with Andre Russell. Andre, welcome back to Cognizant Major League Cricket. 1 for 34. What went well out there for you?
I think we just stick to the plan. Once we utilize the big side and utilize the plans that we had in the meetings, it was a bit hectic to start. Two good batters coming hard at us, but I think our bowlers hold their nerves and they did a good job. So I'm happy to chase 140 plus. Was looking at say 120 based on how the wicket was at the start, but I think it get better. But let's see how it goes.
What'd you learn about the wicket out there? It's been undercover for a while.
I won't say it because I'm on loudspeaker. I don't want the other bowlers to figure it out, but I hope they figure it by themselves. And I hope our batters can adjust to how the wicket is playing as quick as possible.
Well, very tactical of you there, Dre. Get inside, get some rest. Well
Thank
done.
you very much. Thank you.
Smiling as ever, Andre Russell. Yeah, when you look at that, I'm not surprised. You think everyone's going to go for double figures. It's only 14 overs, but Narayan had a couple. Russell himself got one. So did Van Skalkvaart at the end there. LaRue, very useful. In fact, Camille LaRue, the best of the bowlers, really. And the skipper, whilst he went around a bit, he managed to pick up a wicket too to big Jace Holder. So relatively happy, given that we know it's a small boundary, particularly straight to one side. Target, 151. Almost 11s from the outset. Who's going to get there? Don't go too far away. We'll be back very shortly.
Welcome back to Cognizant Major League Cricket. And we're here out in the middle. The players are warming up, but I want to talk about something that's very specific to cricket, and it's these lines that you see painted straight across your screen. Now, these are important for the bowlers in particular. Yesterday, we saw a bunch of no balls. Now, for you fans who might not know what that no ball is, the bowlers have to stay behind that white line. So if you take a look, I'm going to bring the camera down here. My foot right now, right here, perfectly legal. Foot's behind, all good. But the moment I get here, That's illegal. I have to re-bowl that delivery. And what that means now, the batter, it doesn't count as a ball against them, and the next ball, well, they can't get out. They can only get out, run out. So they get basically what's called a free hit. So watch these lines as we get through the day, because we saw a bunch of no balls yesterday in the second innings. Imagine we might see a couple here, but if you see one, that's why. Back to you guys upstairs.
Yep, keep that foot behind the line, Aman. There's a look then at the San Francisco Unicorns innings. 150 for 7 is actually a decent total, but from whence they came, with the way they started, they'll feel they're just under par, really, because these fellas gave them a fantastic start. Robbie Utapa, when it's 14 overs to bat, and you want to be positive, a good start where there's some sort of a partnership is advantageous, is it not?
It is, and indeed they got off to a great start. In fact, the first 8 balls didn't get too many runs. They gave themselves a little bit of a chance to just read the wicket based on the conditions that they were playing on after the rain. But once they got in, they didn't take that foot off the pedal. They kept going, especially this young man here. He's been delightful to watch. 58 of 30 deliveries or so. Batted really well. Sanjay Krishnamurthy was very, very impressive in his short stint. So was the skipper, Matthew Short. They got the job done, but those last 3 overs, Pommers, that wasn't great for them. They have last 4 overs, I think the penultimate last 3 overs, they only got about 17 runs. I think that pushed them back a little bit. The average score for a 14-over game is 143. They got to 150, so they'd be happy, but they could have got way more than that. Close to 170 at least.
Yeah, and that essentially is what you think about. Get yourself into a position to be in a winning position and make sure you drive that home. Didn't quite. Still, decent score on the board. A look at the bowling card, and though on the right-hand side you'll see that they were quite expensive. Look at Carmine LaRue right at the bottom, 8.33, and all of them getting wickets is important because it kind of just pulled it back. 33 off the last 5. That was really good work done, and it means therefore they've made it so they do not have such a big target to chase. I say not such a big target, perhaps not as big as they might have had they not done so well at the back end to come back. Now for these men, Matthew Short's men, they've got to make sure that they defend what they have with everything they've got. It's a really good pitch, and they come up against players in Andre Fletcher and Colin Monroe, who've been round the block and got that t-shirt. And so they know the brief and will look to be aggressive and put them under pressure straight away.
They will indeed. And these two, who is known for how hard they hit the ball and how quickly they score. So you know for a fact that Fletcher and Colin Monroe won't be wasting any time, especially because history suggests that batting second on this wicket is way better than batting first. So because of that, the ball might come on slightly better, and you can see his strike rate 157. He's played 9 matches and scored almost 300 runs. Fletcher means business when he comes out there. So does Colin Monroe. He loves to get a move on from the get-go. 11,800 runs in 464 matches, striking at 141. That is more than healthy.
Yeah, been around forever. Colin Monroe. Ghulam Mudassir. Look at his T20 career, fledgling you might say, 29 matches. Tough task here to get started. Try and set the tone and make sure his side starts well. Big shout, huge shout from behind. Yeah, very happy with it, the skipper. Certainly the keeper as well. Nothing from umpire Taylor, and they've said, we'd like you to check that, please.
Yeah,
To the other director,
like
we've got a
there was
court
a little
behind
bit
review,
of
give a nod out on field.
distance between bat
Check the
and
fit,
ball.
it's a fair delivery. Can we go to front on, please? Okay, ball goes close to the bat, so we go to ultra edge when it's available, thank you. Roll it through, roll it through, roll it through. Okay, just go back to the, just before the bat if you can, please. Okay, roll it through again, there's a gap there underneath the bat, keep going through. Okay, there's no bat involved. Go back to the on-field umpire. Chris, stay with the original decision of not out. On screen now.
I'll tell you what, he's new in this tournament, Chris Taylor, and he's turned up, and that is a humongous decision. Got it right straight away. Didn't make the signal of wide early because he's waiting for the appeal and whether they were going to go upstairs, and then his signals wide thereafter.
It was on the button. Yeah, it felt like there was a little bit of daylight between the ball and the bat there. And sometimes when the ball goes past the bat like that, there are often times that there's a little bit of looseness in the handle, and that can cause a little bit of a sound. And that can confuse the wicketkeeper and the slip fielders. It could have been that. But there's clearly no connection on the bat there.
Yeah, and the immediate gesture to the skipper says they were convinced. Their desire plays a part in convincing them as well, because it would be just the perfect start to get a wicket early on, and that too the wicket of Monroe. Yep, you do hear something. It's not quite woody. Certainly from up here we didn't kind of feel like we heard something woody. Heard something, but not ball on bat. It's a peculiar noise. A specific noise. Banged away. Wonderful shot.
How well did he hit that one? Stepped on the ground, was back of a length. Uncomfortably punched it in front of the wicket. A completely unorthodox shot. But he got 6 for that. Beautifully played. You can see the transfer of weight completely on the front foot there. So everything right about it from a biomechanical point of view. Everything going towards the ball in the direction that he wanted to hit the ball in. Colin Munro's up and running.
Yeah, fabulous shot. And that plane in terms of hitting the ball. Shot again. Oh, easy as you like that time. In the slot and just worked away. More timing than anything else there. And it's also gone for 6.
You can't bowl there to Colin Munro. That is in the slot for him. For a man of his experience, he practically dismissed that from his presence. But thank you very much. I'll take 6 more.
Yeah, that's more customary in that the bat, you know, goes in the way we expect. The one before, I was talking about the plane where they hit the ball of a length, and it's like a tennis shot. Yeah, been developed by quite a few batters of late as they try to get even more effective in the power play, knowing that the length that's most difficult to hit is a good length, and so they kind of just flat bat the ball away.
Yeah, it's because there's a little bit of bounce that you get there with the new ball, where when you hit the good length, the slightly back of good length, and you have to play an uncomfortable shot. So you're going to back yourself and be very clear about, you know, the arc in which you're going to hit the ball.
Yeah, pressure on, too much. A wide, 2 6s and a 4 brings 17 off the first.
Yeah, you can't bowl there, Colin Munro. Again, it falls very squarely in the arc in which he plays his cricket.
short on the leg side. You see his back swing and his back lift comes a little bit from third man, more slightly towards gully. So when the bat comes from that arc, the leg side shots are very easy to play.
Opening the bowling for the Unicorns from the River End, number 97, Horace Rao.
Haris Rauf, Pakistani fast bowler. Yep, generally bowls are very quickly, quick and quicker. Oopsie, radar not quite right down the leg side, and that's wide.
Hassan Rauf, one of the main cogs in the wheel for SF. Someone who has been very successful for them, the leading wicket taker. Likes to bowl good pace.
That'll be wide as well. Somewhere between the two is what he's looking for.
He'll get it right the third time.
Needed a good start here with 150 on the board. You just want to create some sort of pressure in power play. Ask them to play some shots.
Tell me something, Palmers. When you watch Rauf bowling right now, does it seem like he's rushing through his run-up a little bit?
Oh, close. Nearly drags that on. A remotely speedy delivery from Haris Rauf. And we expect that he'll get into his work and get through his action. When he's in really good rhythm, even though he takes these little steps as he runs, you feel that, you know, he isn't rushing and he looks like he's in a good flow. Yeah, I'm with you with the looking like he's rushing just a little bit, or the crease is getting to him quicker than he'd like.
Yeah, it felt like that those first couple of deliveries. It felt like he's almost finding his rhythm.
Big shout. Pitched up. Oh, there goes the finger. Right arm fast bowler to a left hander. First thing you're after is whether it pitches in line. Monroe says that's what we must check.
To the Arbiter Director, we've got an LBW review given out on field. It's a fair delivery. Can we go into front on, please? Roll that through. Okay, just roll that back, please, if you can. Roll it through. Okay, clearly no bat involved. We can go straight through to ball tracking when it's available, please. Ball tracking coming up now. It's pitching outside leg. So I have to get you to change the decision, Greg, to not out. I'll let you know when you're on screen. Signal now.
Yeah, it looked like it was not out. Looked like it pitched outside the leg stump, even in live pictures. Yeah. It suddenly rushed Colin Munro. It skidded off the wicket, wrapped him on his back pad.
Yeah, the quickest of all the deliveries he's bowled to this point. And it might just speak to the point we're on about with regard to his rhythm and trying to get into his run-up. He runs a long way and it needs his run-up to bowl quickly. And got it right that time. And normally, you wanted to be even more pitched up than that with the angles of right arm over and left-hander for it to pitch in line with the stumps.
Yeah, that's good gas as well.
Yeah, he's been bowling quick. Every ball quicker than the other. It's right up there at 90 kilometers an hour. I beg your pardon, 90 miles an hour. He's hitting the right areas here.
We expect remotely speedy deliveries from Haris Rauf. Yeah, and a reaction of batter, ball hitting bat rather than bat hitting ball.
Yeah, you can see that, can't you, with the batters? You can see that they're just trying to get in front of the ball. That's quick. That's a remotely speedy delivery yet again from Rauf. See the batters just trying to feel for the pace a little bit before they go after him.
Oh, nice. Really good reaction from Haris Rauf. Sees him coming, just comes a little too early and decides to go upstairs.
Yeah, he hadn't bowled at this over. So, ooh, just got under that. That's not easy when you step out to a bowler bowling at 90 clicks an hour.
Too close for comfort. Yeah, what now to finish the over off? Gets it away. Nicely done by Andre Fletcher. 4 runs to salvage the over for the batting side. 8 off. It's 25 without loss.
Nicely done from Fletcher. Knew that the bouncer came along. So the next one wouldn't be a bouncer. Was brave enough to step out on this one as well. Stepped out perfectly this time. Wasn't early. And got right on top of that ball. A little bit more back of a length. But stayed on top of it. Another boundary. They're up and running now. Shane Watson's a happy man.
Yeah, good order this. Munro and Fletcher to start things off. On Mukchand next, and then Hubman, Powell, Saif and Russell. Now Ryan can whack it. He won't go before Holder. Then over to and Skalkvik, who's also an all-rounder. Oh, nearly drags that on. Eight wickets, economy of just under 9. Brody Couch. He does bowl with decent pace. He can also crank it up. They will eye him though, because they must make use of this power play. Just a couple of overs to go.
Oh, shot.
There you go. Use of the feet, and that disappears out the ground. The Spiceman.
Clean as a whistle. Full again. Stepped out again. Timed it to perfection and sent it a mile.
A Cognizant Major League Cricket 6. A beautiful one. One to savor.
Yeah, just held that shape so well. Yeah. Top of the pole.
Gone again. This time doesn't quite get all of it. Excellent chasing down as well.
Keeper!
Oh, lucky to get back in. Back for a third. It's really good aggressive running.
He's counting back the years, isn't he, Fletcher? Stepped out again.
That went lower than required. Ran well between the wickets. Every run counts in a rain curtail game. Threw in the dive there at the end.
In this, the shortest format, these openers as they go out there, they also require a certain rhythm as they go about their work in that power play, try and get a flow in their innings. And it just takes a ball, 2, 3, where one doesn't get the strike and the other gets it, and suddenly they're not quite hitting the middle as they were. Worked onside, it'd just be a single. One's a win if you're the bowler with the fielding restrictions in place.
Yeah, with field restrictions in, definitely one's a win. You don't want to bowl short to Colin Munro though. The margin of error is very, very little there.
.11 off, final one of the third. Yeah, nicely done, short and right into the chest. 36 without loss.
Yeah, some good wheels from SFU. Pouch, that was a 90-mile-an-hour delivery. Need 115 runs of 66 deliveries.
Change your bowler, right arm over.
Into the attack. San Francisco Unicorns from the red, number 64, Peter Siddle.
Peter Siddle. Oh, he's been around for so long. Wonderful servant of the game, actually, and servant of Australian cricket. Magnificent performances by Peter Siddle in all formats of the game. And a guy who, right from the start, had the reputation coming from domestic cricket of one who'll just run in over after over, hour after hour in the longer formats of the game.
See him bowl at 41 at 135 clicks. That is something. Squeezed away this one and we'll go for 4. Picked up well from Fletcher. Slightly back over length. That's the length that Siddle likes to hit as a new ball bowler. Hung back on the back foot a little bit there. Managed to squeeze it past mid-wicket.
That's nicely played in the end. He's done well to catch up with it because it just ducks back at him. Yeah, fielded. He's a hit the pitch bowler, has been all the way through his career and still going. You watch him in a big bash league and yeah, it's standing. It's kind of nostalgic watching him actually.
It truly is. He is the oldest man to bowl in this tournament. And he's known for just hitting that length so consistently.
That's a long way up in the air. Who wants it? Who wants it? Nobody. Nobody's gone for that. That will irritate Peter Siddle.
That is disappointing. Three fielders converging there. Short mid-wicket, short fine leg, and deep square leg. Deep square leg was certainly about 45, 50 meters away from that one. Short fine leg perhaps had a chance.
Up again. Anyone? No. Clothed it. Didn't reach the 30-yard circle. Living dangerously. Andre Fletcher.
Oh, it's a funny old game, this cricket. Yeah, he sees the funny side of this as well, as Peter Siddle. And so experienced, he's probably seen it all.
Monroe gets a hold of that easy. Right out the middle of the bat, and it's gone for 6. 50's up from 4. Yeah, this one's dispatched. And you can't help but think, if somebody just catches it, this wouldn't have to happen. Beautiful shot, though.
Tough game for Pete Siddle. A couple of really quick, shorter ones. It, hustled Andre Fletcher, but no one there to get the mitts around it. Hello, Nickel.
Hello, Danny. Hello, Mudasar. Met with power to end the Lexus power play.
Yeah, both these players extremely busy. End of the power play you mentioned, Nickel. Yeah, very dangerous bowling, that sort of length. If you're going to be into the surface, you've just got to be that little bit shorter and not allow the batters to free those arms and hands like these two are so adept at.
One thing that Andre Fletcher's done well, he's used his feet constantly to push the four-seamers off of that length area. It's forced them to think. Now long on goes back with it straight mid. So now instead of that being 4, it's just 1. Danny, you've enjoyed this power play, making all sort of sounds at the back of the box.
Yeah, good to see Colin Monroe here. He too is a very, very clinical striker. You bowl into those pads or just on the hit. The Lexus power play, 4.1, given it's only 14 overs. It's been shortened, and these two don't mind. They're very busy.
Lakeside is a much longer boundary. Would have been some probably decision making for Dwayne Bravo and co to do, Danny, because Alex Hales is in the squad as well. He opened last year. Fletcher obviously had an excellent season with a couple of hundreds, and Monroe had a great season in the Caribbean for this franchise. So they had 3 options to pick from. Unmuk Chan has also opened the batting in the past.
And it's not a prerequisite to say, look, we're going to go with a left-hander because the left-hand, right-hand combo. I think you go with guys that coaching staff, they just feel that, you know, on this surface, perhaps in these conditions, it's best to go with so-and-so. And then you think the size of the boundaries and different, right? One side of the square, you mentioned how big one side is. There's a real bias to one side, and there tends to be here at Grand Prairie. I think, yeah, you're right. You're so easy to have played Hales because, man, there's no boundaries big enough for Alex Hales. And then you think also about the way Monroe plays. He's so good with those wrists. And look, it is only their first outing, let's be honest. And plenty of time for Hales to come in.
Fletcher again hitting straight, and he's done this by accessing different lengths, Danny. You would know as a faster bowler, how difficult it is to bat or bowl rather against someone who's constantly using that crease.
Yeah, and someone like Fletcher, whether he sits right back in the crease or he comes at you early, and sometimes he stands out of his crease. Hard to know with the Spice Man. He gets around the crease so much. But Spicy, well, he just at the moment, he seems to be quite content with just standing there and just waiting and using the pace of the bowlers.
That will be 4. Way too easy for Colin Munro, and this has been some start by the Knight Riders.
Yeah, and it underlines how difficult it can be with that changing of a left-hander and a right-hander. So Galam, yeah, he's got his lines badly wrong there. It says it all.
So well, Colin Munro, to almost remind people and around the world of his value. That season he had in the Caribbean last year, over 400 runs for the Knight Riders. No wonder they brought him to the MLC. Well bowled, nice finish, 62 for none.
Yeah, dozen off, throwing the wide, but it was a decent enough little fight back in the middle because he went for 4 off the first one, Galan, then fought back, yeah, and then he got his line wrong. It just shows you a little margin for error here at Grand Prairie.
Uh, 62 for none at this phenomenal facility. Saw the pictures about 3 hours ago. You would think we would have no cricket. Weather changes quickly here in Grand Prairie, Texas. Crowd nicely building. They thought about Hassan Khan. He was marking out his run, but now Matt Short is actually going to go to himself. Thought maybe with Fletcher the right hand on strike it would have been Khan, but captain is well equipped to bowl to both the right and left handers, and he's obviously got that large leg side boundary to work with. Using his feet. It's such a long boundary, and he just has enough on it. It's probably the Caribbean muscle.
Not to mention the sugar and spice from Fletcher. Love those shoes he's got on. Just so nimble and light on his feet as Andre Fletcher. There you go, there they are. Sponsored by Never You Mind.
He's worked really hard, Danny, in the last 12 months on his power outside the power play, because teams used to bring on spin straight away and try to keep him down, bog him down. But we saw last year with his 200s in this league, even when the field is spread, he's developing options against spin, and using his feet is a big part of that. But still finding a way to strike at 160 and above.
And I think a lot of players, Nickel, that you think they've been found out or they've got a weakness against, say, spin because they're opening batters and they tend to face pace. But, yeah, a lot of players have started to work on their game and develop, and you got to. It's bowled. That's beautifully. The angles and everything with Matthew Short in a right arm offie, probably preferring to be up against Munro, the left-hand, right-hand matchup with the off-spinner. But I'm hearing what you're saying. I mean, players that have had to keep developing their game as they mature into their 30s.
I was quite eager to see, Danny, what version of Fletcher would turn up at the Cognizant MLC, because his last professional game was the 3rd of January. So he's had some months off. Did play some cricket in St. Lucia, some domestic cricket, but long time without any professional cricket. So far, so good in terms of the start. Down the track again. Don't think he's got the power on it. This time he hasn't. The plan from Matt Short to come around the wicket has worked, and finally, the first Knight Rider has been dismissed.
That'll annoy not only the coach, DJ Bravo, but certainly Andre Fletcher himself. He's brought it down a little bit. It's near the end of the blade, not the toe of the bat. Comfortable with the catch from Hassan Khan in the end, but he'll be miffed with Andre Fletcher because he got a good start. Got 34 and is out of here now off 17 balls. Knight Riders lose their first at 70.
In at 3 for LAKR, number 52, Robin Powell.
Fans come to Cognizant Major League Cricket in a variety of ways, and I think I might have two guys who came here in the most interesting of ways. You're both from Dallas, but tell me, Ian, how did you guys hear about Major League Cricket, and how did you guys get over here?
Yeah, so Dallas born and raised, but actually right across the street there's a comedy show for Kevin Hart. And I came out of the show and I saw everyone having so much fun over at the cricket stadium, and had to see what it was about.
And so you guys are watching cricket. Have you seen any cricket before this over here, Corn?
I have not. None at all.
So how the rules coming to you? Like, you've seen now an innings and a half. Have you picked up on any of the rules?
It took a while. I'm starting to get the gist of it, how the scoring works. There's still definitely a few questions. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right, well, we'll answer those. But you're wearing an LAKR jersey. You've got a San Francisco Unicorn jersey on. Ian, why are you wearing the LAKR stuff?
So, walked into the stadium, and wouldn't you know it, they're giving out scarves, T-shirts. So I became their fan. They bought me.
All right, Corn, San Francisco. Why'd you go with your buddy there?
I walked in. I got this.
Uh-oh, he's got an LAKR jersey in the bag. Guys, Unicorns fans, you're not going to want to see that. As we see a nice little shot. Just pick up a couple of runs, maybe 4. It will be 4. But Corn, yourself, you might want to put this jersey back on, but why did you go to the San Francisco jersey?
49ers fan, have to represent.
Have to represent the San Francisco region. Okay, so finally, I love the hair. You've forgotten about it a couple of times, but what's the favorite rule that you found out in cricket so far?
Home runs are 6 points.
Home runs are 6 runs. Yeah, we've seen a lot of them so far today, and we might see more of those in a bit as we see the spin continue to come along. Back to you guys upstairs.
We need more home runs, Danny, and maximums and 6s.
Yeah, do love one that disappears all the way and over the rope. And that's what you think about West Indians. Rodman Powell. I've just seen Andre Fletcher with a couple of biggies, a couple of big homers.
The ball movers, that one much quicker from Hassan Khan. Ball move to send Robin Powell now, 10 and over. You probably understand why, but they could have gone on Mukchan, who usually bats 3. They want to win this game, Danny. They're desperate because they're slow starters. Where's that pitch? Very full from Khan.
Well, it goes for every franchise. You'd like to get out of the blocks early and get the 2 points quickly, get that confidence up, play well early. Whether you're batting or bowling first, always nice to start with a win.
Won 2 out of 10 games last year, folks, so been in many winning positions and threw it away. Jason Holder spoke about that. We had a nice feature on him earlier today. He's very, very hungry to get them to the playoffs, but he wants to win it.
You've got to be careful when you get into those pads of Colin Monroe. He's so good on that leg side.
79 for 1.
Robin Powell gets underway with 7 over in his 4. Knight Riders get 9 for the over. They were 79 for 1.
promotion up the order for Rodman Powell. And no real surprise to see that. Chand has a lot of quality, but I think the reason they've gone for Powell is the extra fireworks with this abridged, shortened game. Halfway through the chase now because it's 14 overs per side. See Brodie Couch, he's been bowling with real pace and fire and aggression. And a man who was known to bowl with pace and fire and aggression for the men in orange, and indeed for England, who he represented so brilliantly. Great to have Liam Plunkett alongside me as you get another look at the wicket here, the first one to fall. Liam, you must have some real emotion watching your former teammates here.
Yeah, absolutely. As much as I'd love to be out there, I'm happy for Brodie Couch to be steaming in here. Played a lot of cricket in the Big Bash in first class. Very impressive bowler with a lot of pace.
Every single batter that he's bowled to, he's rushed, hasn't he? He's really shown just how quick he is. What is it that makes a good fast bowler?
Durability, first thing. I think he's obviously a fit guy. I was very impressed the way he adapted to his training that first year. He had a few injuries, but he never went away from working harder. He's got that natural snap, a bit like the old Brett Lee, a strong Australian bowler. He honestly looks after himself so well in terms of prep and recovery. A natural snap in his action. He's got that spring and he shoots it down at 150 sometimes. Very impressive.
He has the change-ups as well there. You see the off-cutter he's gone to. Skillful bowling. Now, the Knight Riders at the halfway stage, they may have been the happier of the two sides, particularly with the way that innings ended. They took in all the momentum, but they have not found wins through any of the 3 seasons of Cognizant MLC to come easy. 6th, 5th and 6th across the 3 seasons. Game for me right now very much hanging in the balance. And even though you might feel like the chasing side know better what they need to do, I think we could have a final over finish here. In fact, I think we're going all the way to the final ball. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so, mate. I mean, 71 runs still required of 39 balls. Brodie Couch is bowling beautiful here. Plenty of wickets in the tank, right? So plenty of firepower down there. Jason Holder, we see there, can come in and launch the ball. It's going to be an interesting game. The wicket's still good. Maybe it's changing slightly. We've seen that Shadley in that first innings. It was gripping. It was dying a little bit. So maybe the wickets start to do a few more things.
The lineup in terms of who is to come and how they will come in, this could vary significantly. Don't be surprised if we see Dre Russ up the order. Even Jason Holder may promote himself. This goes a long way up. Deep mid-wicket comes in and puts it down. Never quite looked comfortable under it, Oliver Peake. He is looking straight into the sun, but he's got the baseball cap and the sunnies on. A chance that should have been held goes down, and it goes a begging off Brodie Couch.
Yeah, good ball from Brodie Couch into the wicket. Good seam. Maybe held it back slightly. A miss hit, looking to hit it left of the screen into the deep. But I think you're right, Lenny. I think the sun was in Ollie's eyes, and it was a good opportunity. He should have snared that. It should be a simple catch.
Not going to quite carry to the reverse field or the mirror image out at deep mid-wicket again. End of the 8th, it's a really good over. Should have been a wicket taking, but only 4 come from it. 83 for 1.
Yeah, I think you're correct with that batting order, Lenny. I think that Chand will go down that slippery slope there. Obviously, you've got Narayan, Russell, Holder. You've got guys who can clear the park. So I think that's going to change very quickly. Chand is more of an opener number 3. His strike rate's not that high. So I think the powerhouses will definitely come in next.
It's just been so hard each and every season for the Knight Riders. You think of the individual quality they've had, but across the 3 years, just 1 win in season 1, which was only 5 group games, 7 group games in season 2, 2 wins, and then last year, bottom of the table with just 2 victories from 10. Got a fine leader in the shape, Jason Holder, but that look on his face paints the picture. He knows the men in purple don't win many. Big over this one now. Get one more look at this drop here. Liam, you've played a lot of cricket at this ground. It's something that it's always a factor as the sun sets.
Yeah, that's right, Lenny. Also, that wind sometimes stops the ball coming through as quick as you. It might have held up a little bit. He didn't quite attack the ball. I think he thought the ball was going to come to him much quicker, and then he probably had to make that ground. And it was an easy drop, which he should have snared, but we can't use the sun as an excuse, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and as we get towards the end of this game one, remember double-header action, but it's about 8:30 p.m. local time. The sun usually sets completely. But all those fielders out now on the leg side for the left-hander, you can just see there, you're almost kind of silhouetted or camouflaged a touch coming out of the main grandstand. So every one of them has the baseball cap and the sunglasses on. Not an easy art to do, to field in the deep when that sun is setting towards the horizon.
Yeah, I totally agree, Lenny. Till you touch on the point with LA not winning as many games as they would like to and struggled, I think it's momentum. The team, the players are good. Sometimes you get behind and you get a few losses and the momentum shifts. The players are outstanding, and that can quickly change this year.
Muscled and muscled a long way. Rodman Powell determined to make the Unicorns pay for that drop. Misses his length. Hassan Khan and pumped out of the ground.
Bullied the ball, that's what they would say. I think it's absolute bully. Not much timing behind that, just brute force. He's a powerful man. He's going to put the ball many miles. That was probably a missed hit for him. 86 meters is a small hit for him. He can clear 100 meters quite easily.
Definitely a Cognizant Major League Cricket 6 tracker. Up plus 250 feet, right over hospitality concession stand there. They've so much depth in this Knight Riders side. You can even see Sunil Narayan padded up there.
Yeah, correct. He's not that easy to bowl at. He's improved. Obviously, he first started as a bowler. Then in the IPL, he's made himself into a hitter. He's hard to bowl at. You kind of know where you should bowl to him, but he managed to get a good swing on it, and he hits the ball very clean. The West Indies boys are very strong. Here again, Hassan Khan kind of held that back. And also a great strike from Powell, who's a strong bloke, who's going to hit the ball many moons into the Texas Stadium over there.
Another one, you saw the reaction from the former Unicorns head coach there, Shane Watson, who's come across as the mentor now for LAKR. He said, my oh my, that's gone a long way. Tries to repeat the dose, but doesn't get it. Brody Couch is a fine fielder, forces the runners to be on their mark. Chasing side holding all the aces here, you feel still?
Yeah, I think so. Plenty in the tank, some big boy hitters down there. So I think it's the Unicorns need to take a couple of wickets here, or a few dot balls, a few singles, put the pressure back on, some good fielding, maybe a little run out.
Really good batting. Gets it straight, won't get 6, 1 bounce and 4. And it's a big over. We sensed it was going to be an important one. 14 come from it, 97 for 1.
Yeah, great shot. He set himself really nicely. He's got fast hands. It wasn't really a big swing. That was the opposite to Powell, who bullied it. He actually timed that with his wrist, strong wrist, hit it straight back down the ground. It looked an easy shot, didn't overhit it. Excellent strike to finish the over. The score is 97 for 1.
Really sensed there, Liam, that was the matchup that was going to dictate that over. Left arm orthodox v left-handed batter. Both the right hand and left hand batters combine nicely to affect that run worm and really start to guide the chase. Big believer for me, whatever the white ball format, whether it's T20 or a bridge version like this down to 14 overs, that turn of innings, that change of innings and the momentum that goes with it. Look at all the wickets that fell on the blue worm towards the end of that first innings. Momentum is a massive factor, it always is. And the Knight Riders have ridden upon that and parlayed it into a good position in this chase as Peter Siddle comes back into the attack.
Yeah, I totally agree. You need that momentum, but it can also shift quickly. Siddle, an experienced cat, one of the most experienced cats on the road here. So hopefully he can pick up a wicket. He's very good with his death ball and his mix-ups. Also still got a quick bouncer. He was bowling 140 in the Big Bash. Looking at the bench there, you've got some experienced people coming there with the mentor, assistant coach Otis Gibson and Jason Holder smiling there because they're in a great position.
DJ Bravo in the foreground too. How do you consider bowling at this kind of an age? I think you're probably the same age, aren't you, as Peter Siddle, almost the exact same. It's particularly seam bowling. Spinners can keep going, but fast bowlers can't be easy.
Painfully is the answer. No, I think he's looked after himself so well. He's got a clean diet. He trains well. He's a big cyclist. And I think he loves the game. I think it's getting to a point where you can bowl the overs. The hard bit is going from 0 to getting to match fit.
Good skills as well. I think that one's probably the leg cutter. Was always known as someone who was a bit of a tearaway quick earlier in his career, but has adjusted his game in the latter stages.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as you get older, your pace does drop. Even though he's had bowled some quick spells in the Big Bash, I think you have to pick up some different deliveries, whether that's a back of the hand knuckleball. Let's have a look at Peter Siddle in slow motion here and what this delivery was. Still has a beautiful run up, very athletic. This is earlier in action. On pace, very simple action, strong. His run ups not as quick as he used to be, but very athletic still.
He's rushed everyone and he's created a chance, and he's going to take the crucial breakthrough in the same position that Rodman Powell was put down. Oliver Peake has got redemption, a cognizant clutch catch if ever there was one. Having put down Powell, he now holds on to him.
I think that was into the wicket. We've seen over both games. We touched on this earlier. First off, number 64, Peter Siddle, is very happy. Into the wicket. Some seem to be skidding on. Some seem to hold. Very big wicket there for Rodman Powell. 17 off 11. The score is 99 for 2.
Now another significant change to the batting order. The captain says, we don't win many games in Cognizant MLC. I'll take the responsibility myself. His batting has continued to grow in quality and stature in recent years. But what about this for Peter Siddle, officially becoming the oldest player in MLC history to take a wicket, his first?
Absolutely. Inspiring Peter Siddle. We don't want to bowl too full here and let Holder swing his arms into the pitch, very similar to the last delivery.
How cleverly bowled was the wickets? He's probably gone and tried to do what we were just looking at when we were analysing his action, banging it into the surface.
Yeah, 100%. I think he fully committed to that delivery. He smashed the pitch, and the pitch did the work for him. It didn't quite get onto Rodman Powell. He's obviously disappointed because he thought with his power and his strength, he could get through the wind and hit it for 6. A good catch after an earlier drop. The confidence to run around and pick that up for a young guy who's probably nervous being here for MLC as well.
A big moment for Oliver Peake. Good shouts. Again, it's a good hard length. Siddle is pumped up. And we've got a real game in our hands with just 4 overs remaining. The Knight Riders, they need 52 still. It's 99 for 2. Game hangs beautifully in the balance here. Required run rates, not to the comfortable zone, but something that with the power hitters the Knight Riders have, they can still pull through from, as Harris Rauf is going to have a trundle.
Back in the attack from the race number 10, 97, Harris Rauf.
Yeah. Well, it's doable because you think about the required 13s in this modern era. 52 from the 24 to go. So we've got a couple of Clean strikers that have been in and out. Powell's gone now. Monroe's still there. 42 from 30. It'll be a little reload. So big ask this too from Harris Ralph. He needs to break through, no doubt. The 100's up with that extra for the LA Knight Riders. I was going to say to you, Robin Utapa, who do you like at this stage? Who do you fancy? Track down, or let's have a couple of wickets, eh?
A couple of wickets would be nice for SFU. I think they're still in the hunt, though. The LA KRs.
Oh, that's quick. Off the bat, fizzes away, and that's what Monroe can do.
Yeah, the quicker it comes, the quicker it goes, especially the shot delivery for Colin Monroe. He's holding this innings together for the Knight Riders. Backed away. The eyes on the prize. Harris Roth followed him. Pegged away into the gap. One bounce for. They'll have a tall task ahead of them.
Can he bounce back here, Harris Ralph? Just again a change of line and a bit of cat and mouse here. It's over to Holder. This is where now with a new batter in, man on screen in terms of Harris Ralph and orange and blue, do with knocking over the captain of the LA Knight Riders. And that's what Matt Short's just saying. What do you want? How's your field? Where do we go here? Because I'd love you to take a wicket for me, Harris.
Yeah, it's actually a little surprising here, Danny, that Trey Russ hasn't come out of bat yet. Because, yeah, the captain's come ahead of him, but the captain's been incredible over the last 12 months. Man in form, scores quick runs, gets the wickets all the time. Yeah, that'll be a wide. Yeah, you want to break this down at this point in time. 45 runs and 22 deliveries. You want to kind of plan for the last 2 overs. Where do you really want to be in the last 2 overs? How much do you really want to get? Or how comfortable? What's the score that you're comfortable getting in the last 2 overs? 20, 25, and then plan the next and 10 balls accordingly.
I saw what the Knight Riders did. They bowled beautifully and took a couple of wickets in his last 3 or 4 overs. And the Unicorns do the same. Short bumper disappears. Holder. Yes, sweet.
Exactly what we were talking about. The man is in some prime form, and you can't bowl short to him. Stayed low and got all of that and sent it packing. He got tall. You want to stay tall when you're playing the short ball, and did exactly that. The big man sent it 20 rows back.
Yeah, all 6'7" or 8 of them. So difficult to get it up around the grill or badge, particularly on the surface. It's a little on the conservative side, a little on the slow side. The 22 yards, understandably so. A lot of rain around, covers on. No, says the captain.
You don't want dot balls at this point in time of the game. Bare minimum is at least a single. Reduce the net run rate or required run rate down a little bit now. 11.7 and over. You want to be around that 10 run and over situation. As a batting side chasing down a score.
Yeah, he's been in sublime touch. It's Jason Holder. Yeah, I was just enlightened a moment ago. 3 sixes in a row to win it against Sri Lanka. They're in Jamaica on Sunday night. Feeling good about things, and the confidence will be riding high for Jay Holder. Thrashing blade, yeah, long handle. Doesn't matter how they come, they still come, and it's zip zap to third man for 4 more.
Yeah, nicely done. It's pitched up, slower ball perhaps, and try to hit it over the offside. Yeah. Full swing of the bat. You are swinging. Might as well throw everything into it. That's exactly what he did with shot third man in. That was always going to be 4. Required run rate comes down further.
Yep, 17 off. Bought a couple of wides, Harris Ralph. Got to close it out now, though. And he can't because he's got the 9-wood out. No, you beauty. Ends it with a maximum. 23 off the over. It's 1-2-2 for 2.
He's picked the screws out of that one. Again, low positions. And hands go beautifully through the ball. And goes all the way. Another Cognizant MLC 6. 10 rows back.
Yeah, it's a big 9-wood. Up in the air. It's a new club we've just developed.
Define what the 9-wood is, please.
Yeah, you've got to get a 9-wood out the death overs. It used to be a rescue club. I've just spoken to some of the sponsors and they've said, look, just for you, Danny, we're going to develop this 9-wood, little scoopy type club. And Jason Holder said, look, I'll trial it first for you, Danny. Too easy.
How does one even respond to that?
Change your bullet right arm over.
$29 from 18. That's all. So the pace of Brody Couch back into proceedings. 1, 2, 3. You mentioned earlier, Robin, why is our friend Andre Russell there? Well, the captain gets priority, but you've got him waiting in the wings, just in case.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Love the fact that he's backing himself as a skipper. Dre Russ has been not out of commission, but hasn't played a tournament since the SA20s. So it's a little cold, as you say. Yeah, it's been about 6 months since he's played some cricket. So take the old diesel engine a little bit to get up and running.
Yeah, some of us know how that feels. Those legs. Yeah, mentioning Spiceman as well. Fletcher hasn't played since the beginning of January. Nikhil Uttam-Chandani was on about that. It just shows you as the guys are in the twilight of their careers, not playing so much, but still doing things, good things. Yeah, just speaking of Andre Fletcher, that 34 from 17, a strike rate of 200. You've got, as you say, Dre Russ waiting in the wings. He's, 38 years young, or getting close to it. You've got Holder, getting on in years. Sounded okay. Protection there, though.
Yeah, he's hitting it really well. It's Jason Holder. Getting into good positions and hitting through the ball beautifully. 27 required of 15 deliveries. I want to get at least 7 or 8 more in this over.
We're looking for another bat sponsor, Colin Munro. Clean looking blade. Slower one into the surface here this time on Couch. The change of pace, but there's the 50 to Colin Munro. He watched it all the way, waited patiently, and has brought up a nice little milestone. Yeah, a little salute to his family. The usual one. Well played, Colin Munro.
Yeah, top knock from Colin Munro. Held the innings together for the LA here. Brought through all of his experience into this innings.
As opposed to KKR. You loved it. I loved you in purple.
I love me in purple.
It was good, yeah. Here we are now, and you think about the franchise system around the globe. Knight Riders of LA. Colin Munro having another go, enjoying it. Trini Knight Riders there, the Trini Knight Riders there, and Caribbean. Great stuff. One to go, only half a dozen off this over. So let's see where Munro wants to go with this one. Oh, Slap City. Sounded really sweet off the blade. Can't get out of the over couch. Goes for a dozen with that 6. 12 off the 12th. It's 134 for 2 now.
Once again, what a fantastic shot. Backed away, creates some room. Was within the line of the stumps, but dismissed again from his presence. Flat 6. And just like that, because you have 2 experienced batters there, you just need 17 of 12 deliveries. They needed 52 of 27.
Yeah, getting down to the last dozen deliveries. 17 required. We're going to have, well, man in a twilight. Need to settle the other side of 40. Making an appearance in Cognizant MLC 2026. Slower one that has been dispatched all the way for the maximum.
The man in pristine form is the skipper of LAKR. Can't do a single thing wrong. Back of the hand slower ball and pick the screws out of that one. You can see it in his eyes, he means business here. 262 feet 6.
Yeah, just that length into the surface, disappears. Tries a little leg cutter here. It's a slick outfield here, tough to stop. And the ball wins the contest.
He's running away with it, Jason Holder. Again, another slower ball outside the off stump. Hit it down the offside as well. Pierced the field. That was peak. Couldn't stop it.
I had to chuckle. Unlucky Sids, Pete Siddle. A couple of chances that didn't go to hand. Can be a cruel game, of course, any form of cricket, but particularly T20.
Paul Monroe did all the hard work for LAKR. Set it up for Jason Holder. The important thing was he held one end up for LAKR. Kept the run scoring going and kept the momentum with LAKR. Top batting.
Tries the slow one here, does Pete Siddle. Subtle changes. They could certainly do with 2 wickets on the trot. Yeah, you bowl there. You're short on the surface. We all know it's not the quickest going around at the moment here at Grand Prairie, so you will disappear. Oh, well weighted, but not good enough. And that is just desserts for Peter Siddle, he'll feel. He's had a couple land and spaces in the field earlier on against Fletcher, but now finally gets one.
Yeah, nicely done again. Back to slower one again. But this time, shot into the wicket. Hit the deck hard with that slower ball. The ball barely reached Jason Holder. And you need pace on the ball when you're playing that scoop or that ramp shot. And he had almost none of it. Scooped it up to short third man, but what a knock from this man. Came in, did the job. Goes for 28 of just 12 deliveries. Knight Riders are 146 for 3.
Yeah, Mr. Muscles is out there, Andre Russell. In terms of that strike rate, outstanding.
Going 6 first ball.
I'm with you. Oh, not quite. Wasn't quite enough.
It was in the zone, Dan. It was there to be hit.
Sure was. We had 12 off the 12th, got 13 off the 13th. It's 147 for 3 here.
That's the middle. Right arm over.
Yeah, just a handful to get. One shot will do it. Dre Russ, he tried to. So we've got a single off the last ball, the previous over. Now he's up against Harris Ralph.
Could be out. I'd like to see where the ball hit the bat.
Now, you're going to buy these match tickets? Yeah, go to that website. We'll show it again shortly. Tickets on sale because you want to see more of these stars around the United States. So, of course, we're going to Oakland, and we're going to Los Angeles, and then we're back here in Dallas, and then back to Oakland for the playoffs week. So, yeah, get along to that website there. Change of pace and into a little pocket. So, what do we got? Scores are level now.
Yeah, they've been clinical, haven't they, LAKR? Actually, the atmosphere of the ground is spectacular. The cricket's really exciting. So do come in numbers, because cricket's top class here.
150 up. That little chip from Colin Munro, who's now 60 from 38. Last rights here. Just want to get in here and finish things off. Bit of delay and chat from the captain. So everyone's come in pretty much inside the circle to shut things down. We've got an extra cover on the fence. He's come in. So deep backward square and a man straight mid-wicket. Right through him with good pace. Lucky, Munro, that he didn't lose his leg stump. Oh, that's tasty from Harris Ralph.
Yeah, that was rapid, wasn't it?
Hear anything through the effects mic, the stump mic? Yeah, cracking delivery, good pace on. Yeah, tried the slow one, he missed it. Turned out to be a full toss that gets sliced away from Colin Munro, and they're done and dusted here. The Knight Riders from Los Angeles have won by 7 wickets with a couple of balls remaining. The fans with their purple and yellow flags and scarves, paraphernalia, are up out of their seats, and a good win for LA Knight Riders.
Indeed, a good win. Last season wasn't a very good one for them. Only 2 victories, but they're starting this season off with a very healthy win. Colin Munro doing the bulk of the scoring, batting through the innings for his side and doing everything right. Yeah, SFU just fell short in that back end of that first innings. Could have gone to 180, 175. They would have made a proper match of it. Not to be. This is the shot that sealed the game. These youngsters are happy chappy.
Yeah, the experienced of heads has done it again. Think about Fletcher with his 34 from 17, setting the tone, and Monroe, he's happy, so's the captain, coming and done the job. Holder got 28 from a dozen himself. A comfortable win by 7 wickets with 2 balls left in the bank. The Knight Riders and co will be feeling very happy. Sunil Narayan bowled rather nicely. Took 2 for 33 in his 3. But in the end, the 150 was a little on the skinny side from the Unicorns, because the LA Knight Riders got to 154 for 3, thanks again to that top order. And it's so imperative that your top order in T20 can get the bulk of the runs. Your first 3 batters, often the case, and Towell got 17 from 11, and Holder himself 28 from a dozen. And that puts them in second place on the table already on net run rate. Bowling, hard work, Robert.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. They've got the pace, they've got the personnel. The execution was off tonight. Ghulam was expensive, so was Roth. Roth's the highest wicket taker. Couch was impressive, so was Siddle. They got the players in there. It was a good game, all in all.
Yeah, match 2, 150 for 7. To say, probably a little skinny given how they started and what have you in the back end of their innings, the Unicorns. So in the end, the Knight Riders, who did pull it back beautifully with ball in hand, and in the end, the Knight Riders got there with 7 wickets to spare and 2 balls as well. We're going to go sideline now and catch up with Nikhil Uttamchandan.
Matt, it's never easy to defend a total in a reduced game. How did you feel about the 150 at the halfway stage?
Look, I think it was a little bit under, you know, considering the start that we had. I think Luandre Pretorius on debut batted really well, put us into a really good position there, along with Finn Allen. I think we left a couple of runs out there. To their credit, they bowled really well towards the end. And then, yeah, just a little bit to polish up on with the ball.
That stutter at the end, why do you think that happened?
A bit of both. I think, you know, LA bowled really well at the death there. Didn't give us too much to hit, you know, along with probably some poor batting. I think, you know, myself included, missed out on a couple of runs there towards the end. But yeah, credit to LA.
Only the first game of the tournament, but what can you learn from this with a quick turnaround?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the thing. It is a quick turnaround. Yeah, a little bit to polish up on. It's the first game, a lot of fresh faces. But yeah, again, we move on pretty quickly to Texas tomorrow and go again.
All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, frustrating when you can't win your first game out of the blocks. But certainly, the LA Knight Riders, they were good from the outset, Robin Uttam.
Yeah, they were good from the outset indeed. Just the right aggression, the right intent from both the openers. Got them off to an absolute flyer. The batting in the second innings on this track, for some reason, gets so much easier. Fletcher did his job, got the team off to a great start, struck it 200. Then Powell came, got a little bit of a chance, Peak dropped this one. But after that, did some damage as well. Then when he got out, was when the master, the skipper himself, came in a bat. This man here just held the inning together and allowed Jason Holder to just play freely, take them through. A top knock from a really experienced batter. Absolutely stunning shots, clean hitting. Yeah, this was his undoing. It was too little, too late. Finished it off in style with Colin Munro. Good win and a great start.
Sure is. Very happy owners of the LA Knight Riders. Getting a win first up for them. Their first outing. Well-deserved energy drink. Colin Munro at 64 not out. 40 deliveries, 6 fours, 4 sixes.